my pocket.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I'm back in cold Wisconsin. We're getting a blizzard this weekend. Yep, that's what happens. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But thank you for joining me here today. If you're new, welcome. We're going to do some announcements. So Peggy has surprised me today, and she's going to come and do announcements.
Because we know how much you love
yeah, you know,
and
it's
adore
my
them.
favorite thing in the whole wide world. Thank you, dear. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
So welcome back, slacker.
Whatever. Oh, she keeps me busy over at the gas.
Yeah, we keep her really busy.
So Wool Club. I'm just going to mention the next one.
The next dates. Yeah.
Yes. And you can go to our.
Why don't you like tell them all the clubs are this time and how much and
like Amy did.
Like Amy did.
Yeah.
Didn't Amy do a great job last week?
Do a great job.
I am so impressed with Amy. I said, you are the next Live Without Lisa person.
God. So Wool Club, the next club is April 5th, March 25th, which is next week, right? Yes. All right.
No, not next week. The next week. Next week is
next
St.
week
Patty's.
is 20th. Next week is
next Friday is the 20th.
Yeah. 25th ain't for like
Wednesday. 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. See, I'm out of.
You're out of practice.
I am. I'm out. Sit and Stitch. Next one is April 7th. All right. You can go to interactive
That one might not have
calendar.
because it was just updated.
The interactive calendar on primitivegatherings.us. Go to the events tab. You can see the calendar and you can refer to whatever it is that you're interested in.
Can they sign up from that calendar?
They can.
How cool
So
is
if you
that?
hover over the item that you are interested in, it'll give you a little bit of information. If you click on it, it'll tell you how many seats are available and you can put in your credit card information and pay for it right there.
Perfect.
And we get notified that somebody has signed up, so we know who's coming.
So you can keep track of how many people are in your group.
I can.
Yeah.
All right. Next cross stitch is April 8th. By the way, all the clubs are $25 for the day. Come at 9 o'clock. Includes lunch. And then
Lunch was so good today.
Yeah, it was good. Bernina Social. Next one is April 13th. Featherweight Club, new and old on the same day, April 13th. One of our newest clubs is the Fabric Collage Club. So that one's kind of interesting. I think a lot of people's interest is getting piqued with that. We have a big Stitchers Gathering retreat going on
Right now.
And Lynn is there, so I see a lot of people kind of hovering over and watching what she's doing and that stuff. So anyway, the next one for that is April 14th. That one's online, so you can sign up for that one. Stitchers Gathering, April 20th. We have a couple events. We try and do a couple of these every year. I always get this screwed up. Sit, shop, stay. We call it the 4 S's.
That's
Sip,
5
sit,
S's.
show,
That's
shop,
5
stay.
S's on that one. Springtime, sip, sew, shop, and stay.
See?
A bunch of S's.
Winter, winter, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
So the first one that we will have this year is Friday, April 10th. So what you do is you come in and check in at 9 o'clock on Friday, and then you get to stay until 3 o'clock on Saturday.
So you get 2 full days of sewing, one night.
For $200.
200. That's a deal.
So if you've never
food.
Yep. So you'd get lunch and dinner on Friday, and then you get a brunch on Saturday, and you get to stay till 3. It's a way for you if you've never been to the gathering. It's kind of a
see if you like it.
Test it out and
yeah,
see what's what.
Great idea.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have more of them throughout the year, then you say?
Yeah, I've got another one.
I know Jess was talking about slipping a few more of those in.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yay! Look at that one.
So red
S-O, not S-E-W.
Yes. Red, white, and blue. Lisa has added on several retreats.
No, Jessica has added on several retreats for Lisa to work.
Yeah. We're gonna put Lisa to the
Yeah,
test
but
this
it's
year.
all the same stuff. It's all good. We're all good.
Yeah.
I don't have to make 3 different projects or for 3 different weeks.
Correct.
They're all doing the same stuff.
Correct.
And this quilt is going to be awesome.
And then Lisa will probably have some guest instructors
Yep,
to
yep.
help kind of fill in some of the gaps.
Yep.
So
So what does this mean?
well, that means how many people are left, how many
Oh,
slots are
okay.
available. So the first session is Sunday, Monday. That's Sunday, Monday. Good Lord. May 31st, and checkout is on Saturday, June 6th. I have 1 lodging slot and 1 day slot.
Okay.
Okay.
1 spot.
So these you're going to have to make new friends with
Yep.
because the rooms that are available are in quads.
Perfect. You'll
So,
love it.
Yep. So come and make new friends.
Yep.
Second session is Sunday, June 14th, checking out Saturday, the 20th. That one has 3 lodging spots and 4 day slots.
So is the lodging for the 3, is it all in 1 room? Or do you have, like, if a group of 3 wanted to come, would they be in 1 room? Or is it like 1 in this room, 1 in this room, 1 in that room? I'm just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
I think it's all.
I think it's in a quad.
I think it's in a quad.
Okay,
I
perfect.
think it's in a quad.
That works.
So if it's you and 2 of your friends want to come and make a new friend, guess what? We've got a spot for you. The final session, the third one, is Sunday, June 21st through Saturday, June 27th. That one's got 6 lodging spots and 5 day slots.
Perfect.
So.
So the later you go, the more spots that are available.
Correct.
That makes perfect sense.
Correct. They all want to get that first one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we do naughty or nice.
That's my favorite retreat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like having Christmas in July.
It's hot. Everybody's sweating, and we're doing Christmas
We
stuff.
can plant a Christmas tree.
Right. First session of that is Sunday, July 12th through Saturday, the 18th. There's some confusion about Lisa's retreats. They're typically the lodging people check in on Sunday afternoon, and Monday is usually a prep day.
Yeah.
Getting ready to do all the things.
And if they're day students, they could come and pick their kid up ahead of time to start, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then checkout is on Saturday. So
Mhm.
there is no class on Saturday.
Right.
And there is no class on Sunday because that's a check-in,
Travel
check-out.
day and
Mhm.
check in and check out day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Monday through Friday is when Lisa does her
Mhm.
teaching.
And usually I have like 3 projects, and we introduce the quilt first, and then as like then like either depending on the quilt how hard it is or not, we will introduce the other projects as we go.
Yep. And then the second session of Naughty or Nice, or Christmas in July, whatever you
I
want
don't
to
even
call
get
it.
a day off. Look at that.
I know.
So
Sunday,
19th.
July 19th, checking out on Saturday,
Luckily,
the 25th.
I'll have like a staycation the first 2 weeks in July that I stay home and do fun stuff.
Yeah. So that second session, there are 9 lodging spaces
Okay, so
and
there's some
4
room in
days.
that
So
one.
there's some room in that one. Get your
Mm.
friends together and come on down.
Yep.
Works in progress. There are 2 remaining sessions of that. The first one is Monday, August 3rd. Sunday, August 9th is checkout. That one's a little bit different than what we had something else, a conflict. So this one is, you have Lisa's undivided attention. She's here
Yeah,
as
we
a
get
resource.
a lot of stuff done. Yeah, I
Yep.
love it. Yeah.
Bring all those problem quilts and applique and
Who was it? Chantal had all those. Well, I need you to help with this one, and then I need you to help with Franchel.
Franchel.
Yeah, and I need you to help with this one. But we got them all done, didn't we, Franchel? Yep. We got all
she
the
figured
problems
it out.
solved.
October 4th, which is a Sunday, to Saturday, October 10th, is the final session of Works in Progress.
So you're not going to get new projects to work on. You bring what you want to work on. You bring something that maybe you're stuck on, or maybe something that you're scared to try. So I will help you get over that and move forward with your project.
Right. All things pumpkin. There is a 1-day cotton session and a 1-day wool session. Those are August 25th and August 27th. So in the cotton session, I can't read Jess's writing. Is that 6?
6,
Yeah.
6 and 7.
6 and 7-day students. The wool session, which is on Thursday the 27th, is there are 10 lodging spots and 7-day slots.
Yeah, we got some time to fill those.
Here's another sip, so shop,
Summertime,
and stay.
another 5 S's.
Friday, August 28th, and check out on the 29th, which is
Looks like
Saturday.
Heidi got all her flyers done.
She did. Yeah. So that's the other $200 event. So
Yep.
Uncle Sam has a little chunk in there too. So there are room tax and fees on all these retreats. So,
Oh, okay.
And then All Things Fall, this is a new one.
Yep, that's a new retreat. So what we're going to, I'll explain it.
Yep.
We're going to take the 2 projects from the wool and the cotton class, and we're going to introduce those and some more things and make it a whole week-long retreat.
Yep. And that one is Monday, September 21st, and checking out on Sunday, the 27th. I have 10 lodging spots and only 1-day slot. Okay.
Nice.
That's a nice time of year.
Yeah, it's a
September.
perfect time to come to the
End of
gathering.
September. We have a guest instructor coming, Janet Nesbitt from One Sister Designs. Her is set up, hers is not week long. Hers is 2 different class sessions with a trunk show in between.
Okay.
So Friday, October 23rd and Saturday, October 24th is her first 2-day class. On Sunday, we'll do a trunk show with brunch, and that is from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Give you a little bit of a discount if you come and take one of her classes. We'll let you into the trunk show for a little bit reduced price. So it's $20, right, Jess?
If they're in the class, it's $10.
Right, but it's $20 otherwise if they do
think
not
so, yes.
attend a class. We
Okay.
changed that a little bit. So
Yeah, and during her trunk show, we're going to do some door prizes and do some fun stuff with that.
yeah. So it's always nice when we have a guest instructor.
So the people
come.
that are taking the class can stay during the trunk show, and then the people that are coming can come to the trunk show, and then they stay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
That works. Good job planning that one, Jess.
Thanks.
Yeah. You
It's
know,
like I've done it before.
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland. God, can we talk?
I know.
about
No,
it?
don't even talk about that one yet. We're not even over winter here yet, but no.
People are signing up for this though, so
Good,
don't.
yes.
If you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. Okay. November 30th, checking out on Sunday, the 6th of December is the first session. The second session is December 6th, and checking out on Saturday.
Those are
That
back
wow.
to back, in and out.
They are. They are.
Got to get them in before.
Got to get them
Christmas.
in before Christmas and inventory and all that other fun
Yeah, so
stuff.
all that fun stuff.
So
And-
there.
Thanksgiving is late this year,
Okay.
so it kind of like runs.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. So I guess you got birthday anniversaries and.
Well, thank you.
Well, sure.
All right.
You
Anything
know,
else happening at the gathering that we need to know about?
We're preparing for a blizzard this weekend for
We're
Lisa's
preparing.
cabin
Yeah,
fever.
I'll talk about that right away.
Yep.
Okay.
Other than that, busy.
Okay. Thank you, Peggy.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
crap.
So just so you know, we are scheduled to have a blizzard on Sunday, and that just happens to be the day that we're starting for our retreat, and it is not canceled. All right. We're not going to cancel it. We are offering people to come early. So you can come on Saturday between 3 and 5 to check in. We won't have dinner provided on Saturday. So bring a lunch, or you got to go over the highway at a Quick Trip, or figure that out. Or what else we have over there? Dollar General has food too.
Antlers.
Yeah, but you can come, you can stitch, you can do all that kind of stuff. And then for the next day, we have the continental breakfast. We're going to have a salad bar for you. And then Jess is going to come in and make some dinner for you. Okay. So Peggy did send out an email to everybody who's attending this retreat. So check that so you know all of the details. And that's pretty much it, right, on that? Mm-hmm. The store is going to be closed on Sunday. So we are not going to make anybody come into work. So just kind of plan for that. If you are on your way somewhere that our store is not going to be open, we are expecting like 20 some inches.
WBAY just updated their thing a while ago. Oops. And it said something like 29 inches.
29 inches. That's more than we got all year.
By Monday at 7 o'clock.
Wow. All right.
Use the snow too. It's gonna
Sorry.
melt
Yeah.
and wet, and then it's gonna melt. And
Yeah. Like Heidi's like, "You can't even use it."
no skiing.
But yeah, it'll be here and gone before you know it.
And I'm just going to say this. Nick has said to please park in the middle of the parking lot so that he is able to plow. Because he is going to be plowing
We
for
have
a
like a
while.
center island in our parking lot. So if you come, park in that center island so he can plow all the other areas around, and we'll let everybody know too.
And then we'll make Nick shovel you out if you need to go somewhere.
Yeah. So, and
There's going to be
Nick,
piles behind
Nick
those
gets
cars.
a little crazy about his plowing. So he will take care of your vehicle. Just put it in the right spot. That's all he wants us to do. All right. So as long as I'm talking about some things, hey, did anybody find me the decks?
I'll go get them.
Okay. Anyway, wool box. We do have openings in our wool box. Just put that on here. We have some wool box openings, no quilt box openings. So that's available on our website under Block Lamonts and subscriptions. So you can go sign up for our wool box. I'm going to show you what's in our next wool box because you might want to order something. So let's talk about it right now, right? So I'm not going to show you both projects, but I'm going to show you one project. So it's on this board. Oh, it's not on the board yet. Okay. I got to hold it on the board. We didn't put it on, but look at how beautiful this is. So this was, Amy was talking about this last week a little bit, how much she loved this. I think it turned out amazing. And then there's another little side project that goes with this one as well. So what we're trying to do is get ahead a little bit before this goes out. And you can order the board. It is on a pre-order and is under Red, White, and Blue March Wool Box Board pre-order. It is $50 plus shipping. So if you want to get ahead of the game, if you don't have this board already, we did a specialty box one time and we had the same background on a project, and if you already have the board, you won't need it. You can peel them off and put them on, but just giving you a heads up so Scott can start making the amount that we might need for those. So isn't that fun that we gave you a little sneak peek? But it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I think I want to make a quilt with a red background and those colors on there too. So that is in my world as well. And then I just want to give a little shout out because Jess has to order fabric for our Flannel Gatherings basics, and then those will come off sale once she places that order. So please, if you didn't place that pre-order, I think you only have to put like $5 down on whatever you want, and then that is held for us there. Okay, so those are, and are the backings still on pre-order?
Yes.
Okay. And we did already order those. So get your order in because those will come off a pre-order and then they'll just be regular price. So this is your chance to get everything at a little bit of a discount. Is the Flag Flowers entire kit in the March wool box?
There's no backing fabric to it. It has all of the wool and yeah, it doesn't have the homespun backing. It just has the wool.
Yeah.
And that's a wool on wool project. So you get everything to create the front of it.
I just put this piece of red grunge or red Bella you can put on the back. We started going with the Bellas on the backs or anything that reads not white on the other side. But it's just so hard for us to source those now. But now that we figured out that we could use the Bellas, it might be a little bit easier to put backings and things. But yeah, that is not in there, just the wool. Okay. And another little project that goes with it. Do you have any other little questions about anything I just talked about? I can't hear you.
Don't forget about your guest.
My what?
Your guest.
Oh yeah, I know. She's there. I have a guest. All right. She's like, don't forget about your guest, right? Teresa, pretty soon. Okay. Then I want to show you this. This is a little sheet that Heidi has just made for us for echoes for the quilt along. So you can keep track of where you are at. All right. And echoes is this pattern right here that we're doing this quilt along. It's starting. This is month 1 right now, June. And I know some of you are, you might have just got your kit or you're waiting for your kit or whatever, but don't worry. We're good. If you don't get your March stuff done, post it in April. No big deal. You'll have 2 chances to win in April then. Right? So we always pick winners each month for our quilt-alongs. And I just want to point out how overwhelming our quilt-alongs have been. So thank you for supporting our missions of honor with the quilt-alongs. We so love that. All right, that you guys are supporting our veterans and primitive gatherings as well. I guess we had some shipments come in from the paper piecing for Betsy, right?
So we had the first shipment come in, and we did place another order for some more. So I anticipate having that Monday, hopefully, depending on the snow, but we should be able to get the rest of it out. We did get like the bulk of them though. If you ordered it, yes.
Yeah, they're already in the mail to you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then speaking of Wool Box, you know that we're doing this really cool little 1-year project in there. Okay, so I just want to point out that I've done this. So you might want to take your extra pennies and make this little chart. This helps to know what thread goes on the outside. That's the thread numbers. And I know that you don't have all these wools yet, but just plan your chart, okay? Because what happens is, this is the first month we get these 3 colors of wool in this January box. And then we only made 1 of these. We made 1. But then I gave you some little directions to make 12 of this one and 1 of this one. So I give you some pre-stitching for the next ones. So our March box, you're getting 3 more. So we're going to have 4. So I will continue to give you stitching ahead as I know them, but this chart is really nice for me. So I figured it's going to be nice for you as well to keep track of what box each color was in as we move through. Okay. And this is just a piece of cardboard off of a shirt or something box, you know, what that's in there. I just like to recycle all those chipboards. So that's all I used. Good idea, right? Okay. So let's bring on our guest next. All right, so I would like to introduce Teresa Scott, and she is from Wyoming, right? Say hi.
Hello.
Awesome. All right, so Teresa is one of our winners from our last year's quilt show, which was our scrappy quilt show, and behind her is her quilt. And tell us what you won.
I won Judge's Choice. Thank you very much.
Judge's Choice. So that means me, the judge, picked her quilt as Judge's Choice. So congratulations. Can you tell us what your prizes were?
I won a gift certificate of $300, which was so awesome, and a fat quarter bundle. I have never purchased a fat quarter bundle before, so it's like, oh, this is a little intimidating, but it was just so awesome.
All right. What was your fat quarter bundle? Was it red, white, and blue?
Yes, it was.
Yes. To get you ready for our next
one.
quilt
Yes.
show, right? Which is red, white, and blue. Do we still have openings? All right. We still have some openings if you want to join our next year's quilt show. And you got a ribbon, right? And
I did.
Lori Thomas made your ribbons for us. Aren't they beautiful?
They are awesome. Thank you.
All right. And tell us, she gave me a little bit of information about her quilt. What else has this quilt won?
This quilt has won Best of Show for the Wyoming State Fair, which was in 2024.
Sweet. So tell us a little bit about your quilt and everything you want us to know.
The quilt is made with 1-inch applique circles on a finished 1.5-inch square. Everything is hand pieced. It was pieced English paper piecing style, so that way I can, it travels with me. It wasn't done all at once because it had to be placed in timeout for a while. It was a lot. But my quilt chicks, I belong to a group called Quilt Chicks. at a retreat, they helped me pair up the backgrounds with the colors, and I placed them in little baggies and did about 20 sets at a time with the backgrounds and the colors. And it took a while. The quilt is 110 by 110. There's 5,184 circles on the front and 216 on the back. I didn't count correctly, so I've also made 2 king-size pillowcases and a bed runner. And then some of those circles also made it into the same quilt for my friend, only she used her scraps. I made it. And then some of my squares made it in hers too. So now I'm done. They're all gone.
And you're not making another one, right?
Not of this one, no.
So
No.
what was the span? Like, was this like over a 5-year period, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months? How long did this take you?
Probably the 5-year. It got put in timeout for quite a while.
Okay.
And then I went back to it. I had never appliqued before I started doing this. So it was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
And then
so
I
if you've
bit
never
off.
appliqued before, just like
No.
we were doing Betsy's appliqued. So
Yes.
again, same kind of technique, right?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So I really love the fact that Teresa said, hey, can I come on and be a guest? And that is so awesome, because usually I got to like drag people to come in. So I really appreciate that you wanted to do this. So can you tell us a little bit more about how long you've been quilting, and like, are you obsessed with it? Is this what you do? Like, I mean, do you do this on your lunch hour too, or how do you fit all this in?
I like the English paper piecing because it's portable. I can take it anywhere I'm going on a road trip. The one that I did for my friend, her project went to New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, and Minnesota. It didn't make it to Alaska because I was a little scared to take it to Alaska, but her project traveled quite a bit. It's a fun thing to do while my husband's driving, and then I can just do what I want, unless I'm navigating. Yeah, it's not good to navigate and work. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So do you have to wear any, like I have to wear C-bands, or do you have any motion sickness at all?
No. Mm-mm.
I'm impressed. I can't. I gotta have those bands on, or I can't stitch in the vehicle. That is super awesome. So what else do you do besides English paper piecing? Like, what are you working on right now?
Right now, another little circle project. Also, this year I'm focusing more on donation quilts. There's a quilt group in Rapid City, South Dakota. They do donation quilts for the USS South Dakota, which is a submarine.
Yeah.
I've donated a couple of quilts to them in the past, but I'm focusing more on that this year. I've got 3 tops done already. And with my quilt chicks, they do a UFO challenge, and all of my 8 projects for the challenge is donation quilts for the USS South Dakota.
And don't be afraid to take that red, white, and blue bundle apart and maybe
use it. Yes. I've already done one patriotic. I've got plans for another patriotic. My son is in the Air Force. And one lady that's been very good to him, I'm doing a patriotic for her. And then another man who's separating from the Air Force in September, he wanted Georgia Bulldog colors. So his is red and black. And then on the back, he wanted a Wyoming fabric because he was born an hour from here. So it's going to have, but I did UW colors, which are yellow and basically golden brown. So it doesn't go with it, but it's what he asked for.
Maybe he's got like a totally different quilt on one side than the other, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it's going to end up being. But he's in South Carolina, so I don't think he'll be used all that much.
Oh, okay.
But maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
You know?
what do you mean? Like he's not going to use it because it's too warm there?
Yeah, wouldn't you
No, they
think?
still need quilts. No, no matter where I go, there's still a quilt on the bed that you
True,
need.
true that.
And they have this thing called air conditioning, probably.
Yes, they do. They
Right.
do.
So usually when I travel down south where it's really hot, the air conditioning is so cold that you have to have a wool quilt because it's so cold.
It wasn't that way when I was down. We only went to see my son one time in Charleston. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I so appreciate you wanting to come on, and I love how brave you are. And it's no big deal, right? To come and talk about what you do and what you love and how you do it.
No, it's more intimidating the fact that you're going to do it versus when you are doing it. It's go big or go home. So,
Yeah. Well, Teresa, I'm so happy you came on. And if you ever want to come back on again, but I really would love it if you enter another red, white, and blue quilt for our quilt show again.
all right, sounds good. Thank you so much for this. And
You're
thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And congratulations on your most beautiful, huge, awesome quilt. We loved it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
Isn't she a doll? I mean, I couldn't remember probably all the states that I went through. So I'm impressed that she could just, pull them off of her head like that. That is awesome. All right. So I want to talk about where I've just been. So I have my project, Little Sarah the Sea Turtle. And I want to show you some pictures from my cruise. We went to Honduras and then Costa Maya and then Cozumel on our cruise. And we had a wonderful time. There was no issue with everything. All the luggage arrived, everything besides me getting out of here. But I always plan for that one day of a flight not going. So there was no problem whatsoever. So pull up some photos. So here are my students, and we are in the conference room of the ship on level 3. And look at that carpeting. Look what they did to us. We're all like trying to figure out like, can we kind of make a block out of that somehow? But we thought we all fell in love with how wonderful that carpeting was for our trip. And then here's some other ladies. Now, the lady on the left, I know her name started with an L, and I'll butcher it if I try to say it because I want to say it's like Haldora, but I know Haldora was from Iceland, but it's something like Hal something or whatever. But I stink at names, okay? I can't remember everybody's name. But she finished hers on the cruise, and she let me use it on my Saturday class for my other students. So I had 2 days of classes on Sarah. And she let me use hers to demo on how to make these fun, what I call rosettes on there. And that was the last thing she had to do. And I stitched a couple of them on her Sarah. All right, you got another Sarah one? Okay, so here's my group of people who came to the show and tell to show off what we've got done. But everybody loved this project. And don't you worry, we will be having kits available for you. Jess and I are just running the numbers because when we had them done, we have like 60 left over that have all the fusible web on them and all pre-fused, and then the turtle was cut for you. So it's semi pre-cut, but not all the way. All right, so then pop up another photo and I'll just talk about it. All right, so here, this was Edida's class. Now, Edida had to cancel because her daughter had a baby a couple weeks ago and she needed to be there. There was some medical issues with the pregnancy and her daughter was bedridden for a while, but baby is great. And so Roseanne did the class for Edida, and the quilt way on the left is we quilted that for Roseanne. The boys did downstairs, and it's just a fabulous log cabin block out of Edida's fabrics. So these ladies got this done on this ship, and then my friend Mary from South Dakota, I think North Dakota, and her grandson Joseph sat at our table with us. She's there way on the right hand side. she got that one done, and I'll pop up another photo. And there's Mary with another quilt top done that she took a class from as well. So she was a super stitcher, man. I don't know. I said, did you get off the ship? But her and Joseph did excursions as well. All right, what else we got? Then here's my mini class. So I really was only supposed to teach Sarah, but because Edita canceled, I did this mini Caroline. So some of the ladies finished that as well. So that was super fun. And then I had some fellow teachers. So you see Shelly Ricci, she is the one kneeling with the orangish red dress, and she did this turtle pattern as well. It's kind of a collage. So it was just fused down, and then you just quilt over the top of it. So you didn't have to stitch around all those little sea glass and the turtle parts, but that was a fun class as well. And then we have, that's it. I thought there was one more. Okay. Then another teacher was Heidi Pridemore, I think her last name was. And she did a lot of embroidery stuff. So I must not have snatched that photo for Kaylee as well. But she was also a really good teacher. And we might have to have Shelly and Heidi come to the gathering. I know that Shelly's just in Minnesota, and I think Heidi was from Arizona, I believe, if I remember. And Shelly's husband was there, Coco, the cabana boy. He was a lot of fun as well. Okay, so one more thing that I want to talk, not one more thing, but another thing I want to talk about is, you know, sometimes when we quilt, things happen. And do you remember me talking a couple weeks ago about the Dear Jane quilt that had all the bleeding in it because of the blue washable marker that the long arm quilter used? So this is what happened. So put it up and I'll talk. So this is a mini that's coming up. This is the mini I made for my mother. This is Teresa. And Sherry, who works here in the shop, Sherry Sweeney, I asked her to quilt this for me. And this is the first time I gave Sherry to do some custom quilting for me on this mini. And do you see what happened? So the blue marker did not come off. It turned brown. So guess what? Like Sherry's losing her mind. Okay. She's losing her mind. She's freaking out. She wants Amy to cut another kit for her so she can cut everything back out and she can lay it all down and maybe stitch it for me, or maybe I want to stitch it or whatever. But, you know, this isn't the first time things have happened to me, and I think I'm kind of pretty good at fixing things. So when this stuff happens to you, you just got to get a little creative. So I'm going to show you what I did. So I just found out yesterday when I walk in. I think it was yesterday, right? So here's the quilt. And this is what I've done to it. So where are those brown lines? So she actually like ripped out her quilting that was in there, and that's where those brown lines were. So I just stitched over the top of it with a 5-weight thread, and then I plunked 4 more flowers here on these corners. We had a little bit of some dye transfer here, but most of that has come off. I did that with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and that ink and stain remover that I had that removed all the lipstick off of some of my clothes when I washed that lipstick in there. But you barely can see that bleed in there anymore. So if I wouldn't have pointed it out to you, you wouldn't even know when it was there. So do you think we did a good way to save it? Now I just got to decide if we're going to put these 4 wools and, you know, add more wool to it so they can put those in if they want. All right. So Sherry, I said, just take some deep breaths. Life is okay. We saved it, no worries. And I just want you to know that sometimes does happen. So if you're a long arm quilter, ditch that blue pen. I'll That's all I would do. I would ditch it. You know, I'd figure maybe the air erasable one, maybe Linda Hirsch. That's a question for Linda. I know she sometimes has gone and used the air erasable one. I know that's only good for so many hours and then it just poofs away. But I think what happened with that is when she tried to spritz that blue away, it somehow had a chemical reaction with the wool and it just did something. And you just don't know that it's going to do that. So it's not her fault. And she feels really bad that she quote unquote wrecked my quilt, which she did not. See, we resurrected it. And I just have to stitch without going through the back. And I just kind of, I don't put any knots in. I just kind of bury the tails. So you see how I'm just kind of just stitching that now. I just started stitching the leaves and then I'll stitch those on there. So I just stitch without any knots and just bury those tails underneath and it can be done. Yeah. I just see that it looks better than before. I mean, the quilting would have been in there and it would have looked gorgeous. So I'm not going to add it to the pattern, but you'll see it on the pattern front and I'll maybe put a little blurb in there about why I had to do what I had to do. But I thought I would share that with you so we all can learn that the world doesn't end and you didn't have to throw it in the garbage, that sometimes those things can be resurrected. All right. Okay, so now we have a couple other things I want to talk about. I got the binding on this. I'll give you a quick little reveal. So Kaylee has shot the photo of this so we can get these kits out next week for sure. They will go out probably, right?
I'm hoping so. Yes, everything is ready to go. We're just waiting for the finishing pattern.
Yep.
We were just waiting for you to return to okay that. And then I also know there's a couple of people who are asking questions about the thread kit. We're just waiting for the third box to come. We got box one of 3 and 2 of 3. We just haven't gotten the 3 of 3.
Yeah.
So as soon as that one comes in, we'll be able to get those out to you. And I know a couple people are still waiting or did not get in on that first pre-order. We're just waiting for that third box to come in to see what we do have
left over
to get more orders or to get more people to be able to order that. And then we'll order more on top of that. But we need that in first before we can.
Okay. So just if you did not pre-order a thread kit yet, you're going to have another opportunity. And remember, this is a year-long project. You're talking about for pennies, right? Or for this one?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm looking at the pennies going, whatever. I'm talking about pennies in bloom. You're right.
Yeah. For this year's project, Jess is talking about the thread kit for these guys. Just to be clear, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good. I'm glad she does that because she's way younger than I am. And yeah, so that does happen. So she just kind of cross-blended 2 pre-orders there. But
I saw the pennies on Indigo thinking, okay, pennies.
Yeah. No worries. We do that. Cool. All right. So I want to talk about a couple other things coming up. Next week, we have something fun for you. So if you're looking for something to order next week when we have a fun little promotion that I can't show you, I asked if I could show you and they said no. Okay. But we have some fun stuff. So everything I'm going to show you is going to help raise some money for our missions of honor.
It's upside down.
There we go. So this is a sticker set. And I believe this is $10 and $5 will go to Missions of Honor. And then you can use these stickers on your mugs, on your laptop, anywhere you want to show that you love quilting and all the things. And then we have, I don't know how much these are, Jess.
Just the red, white, and blue is for sale. I believe that is $7 and $5 of that goes to Missions of Honor.
So this is a luggage take and they work really good because guess what? Every one of my suitcases, and I had 6 going on this cruise, you just use a Sharpie and it writes beautifully. It doesn't come off. It doesn't smear. So we have these for the gathering guests, right? This is a gathering guest one. So I grabbed that one. But this is going to help support Missions of Honor here. And this can take backpacks and other tote bags and stuff like that you want to make sure that if it gets left behind that you can get your stuff back. So we have this luggage tag to raise money. And then I don't know about you, but when we have we do a lot of card playing in Wisconsin. So we have some decks of cards here. And I'm going to talk about these two. So these two are obviously red, white, and blue, American Gatherings. So we have these to help Missions of Honor raise more money. And just, I don't know the prices on these.
Those are 15, and a portion of that goes to Missions of Honor. I think $5 of that goes to Mission.
And then we have some different ones that are just regular ones. So we did a light and dark version of another playing card.
And those are $12. So we have the difference so that we can give more with the red, white, and blue one.
Yeah. So we up these two because you're going to help us raise money and support those veterans. And if you are like me and my friend Darcy, who play canasta, I need 4 decks. So you can order more than 1 deck, and then you have all the same cards when you're playing canasta, right, Darce? Right. Because we're competitive sometimes, just a little bit.
And they're the nice feeling cards.
Yeah, they're really high-end cards. You know, they're like casino quality cards. They're really, really, really nice. They're not wimpy, crappy. They're very, very nice high-end stuff. So I hope you like those that we have done for you. And that will, like I said, again, help us raise money. And we're all through the year, we're going to keep introducing some merchandise for raising until we reach that $50,000 goal that we have for 2026 for our Missions of Honor. And we are going to have our mission. Are we going to get that Missions of Honor lady on one of these days? Mm-hmm. All right. So she's going to come on and talk to us, hopefully, about that. Now, the weekend quilt that was just last weekend, it is called Prairie Patches. So this is a fun weekend quilt behind me, and it is made using 4 charm packs and 1 background fabric. Okay. So if you missed that, there is our weekend quilt, and it's pretty easy. It's 9 patches, and who doesn't love 9 patches, right? We all do, right? Okay. So I think that might be it for today. Do we have any questions before I pick winners? Or before Heidi hands me them? She's picked them. I just got to read them.
Do you know, is Missions of Honor a national thing, or is it just Wisconsin?
I do not know that. I think it might just be local. I think it might be Wisconsin. But Jess will check. Yes. Just take all my money now. Yes, and they make good Christmas presents as well, those cards do, right? A new cribbage board, a new, we all love playing games. Did you find out?
I did. So it says Missions of Honor is not a national organization. It is a nonprofit organization based in Appleton, Wisconsin, formerly known as the Honor Glory Flight, which was founded in 2009. It's rebranded in January of 2026 to act as an independent, local, and regional organization focused on serving veterans with specialized, non-traditional, and expanded trips.
Okay. So yes, it is local. It is local. But I just, because when I'm like watching a band in the evening, they, a lot of times the Missions of Honor people are there and they're raising money. So I've run into that a couple times this last summer, and that's why we picked them to fundraise for them. All right. So if that is all it for today, I'm going to read our winners. I'm just kind of looking around. I think that is it for today. All right. So our winners are as follows, and you are going to email Heidi and at primitivegatherings.us. The thing is there it's scrolling on the bottom there for you to get her name spelt right and everything. You're going to email her your physical address so she can send you a prize. So thank you for joining us here today. Our winners are BL Peterson 93, Kathy English, and Christy Joe Marsh. You are our winners. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. We'll see you next week here at Primitive Gatherings, where every stitch tells a story.